Good evening, this is Craig from Abandoned Lighthouse Games, and tonight I'm going to be playing through Diabolical Drilling Co, an intergalactic resource management game of low morality and greed. So this is a solo game, but it does have a cart mode and it does have a versus mode. But all those modes stem from the solo setup. So I've got the solo setup for you and I'm just going to play it through. I'll describe a few of what the cards do and what the dice do just quickly, but I'm not going to get deeply into that. We'll do that as we play. I'll just explain what's in front of us. So around here, we have what's called the exploration cards. So this is your planets and this is what you explore. Down here, we have your navigation cards here. And then below them, we have your contract cards. The main aim of the game is to go into the solar system, plunder the planets for materials, take them back to the mothership, use those materials to fulfill contracts, hopefully fulfilling all the contracts, winning the game and getting your seat on the board of scum. So yeah, the characters, the missions you're doing, the characters you're working for are all despicable, horrible, the worst people in the universe. But as a scavenger, it's all about the credits, so you don't really mind what the work is. So we're going to rush straight ahead in it. So what we do here, the first thing we do is we deal out a solar system. Now I've already done that, but I will do a warp later and I'll show you how that works. But we've just set up. So I've dealt out this solar system. So next thing I'll do is I'm looking at the solar system, seeing what resources are in the solar system. Then I'm looking over the contracts because I can do all 5 contracts at once. There is a B side to the contracts. So once you do an A side, you can flip it over. You've gained the trust of your horrible client and you can fulfill contract B. So for the A sides, we get 10 credits from our boss for each one we finish. And we spin it around, we get another 10 credits, but also we get a little bonus from the people we're working for. And they're different things. So this one is no checks or charges at checkpoints. So when we get to a checkpoint, we don't have to pay the tolls. This one will be, this is a really good one. After a solar system has been dealt out, you may flip over the cards you don't want to use. So for instance, if I was getting to this planet and it had no resources for me, I could flip that over. So there's a couple of nice little things you get as you get through the game and as you fulfill contracts. The main part of the game probably is credits. Now you have to really keep your eye on your credits because your credits will buy you fuel, will buy you drills. And without those things, you can't drill. And if your credits run dry, you will die. And it's all about the credits really. The materials you mine on the planets, you keep here. They're very important. That's basically what you need from the contracts. Most of the contracts are materials they need to build their horrible machines or do their horrible things that these horrible characters do. It's a lot of horrible there, but they are horrible. I'll read a couple of the characters out as I go, but I don't want to spoil it too much. Each character has a narrative that just feeds their disgustingness to you. But you don't mind. You just want their cash. They're all rich, so that's all right. We don't mind. Don't mind them being horrible as long as they're rich. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm looking into the cards ahead of me. I'm going to look at my contracts. So on this card, for instance, I've got some Stibnite. Don't worry too much. I'll explain how these cards work in a minute. But we got things like Stibnite, we got cobalt ore, we got uranite, we got nebulium, we got astronium. These are all materials. These are all precious materials hidden or within the depths of the planet's surfaces. Now, to get to these materials, we have to drill. Now, we have 4 drills, and some of these cards have 2, 3, 4 different types of rock to get through. So we'll use those sort of things to get through. If we look at here, we have this wavy line and we have a quasar core extractor. This square sort of line is a plasma fusion drill. This spiky sort of sharp line is a sonic, I can't even say the words, sonic resonance drill. And there, the long wave is a quantum tunneling probe. Okay, don't worry, you don't have to remember those to play the game. But what they have is to make it easier, they have icons. Let me just take the 4 tracking cubes off there, and I'll put this up and hopefully you can see that it's quite dark. Hopefully you can see
each drill has a little icon. See there? So this one's got that wavy, and that's got that square line, that's got a sharp line, that's got that wave. And these correspond with the planet cards. So if I pick up one of those planet cards, just pick up this one here. As you'll see on this one's got a square and a wavy line, and it's got like a sharp line at the end. So I need 3, to get to the stibnite, I need 2 different sorts of drills to get to that. I'll explain that as we get to it. Okay, so I'll put these back. The drills all have a 3 to 0. That's basically their sharpness. So 3 is them really sharp. When it gets down to 0, they're blunt and you can't use them. But credits, when you get back to mothership, you can use credits to sharpen drills. Your little ship here is it's a small ship, so it can only carry 2 drills with it at once. So some of these cards will be fine. You can sort of drill with 2 drills. Some of them need 3 drills. You're going to have to return to the planets. Right, we're just going to head off now because I'm rambling a little bit and I don't want to lose your attention this early on in the game. So these are sort of the discard cards from, you only deal up 12 planets. There are 15 planets double-sided, so 30 planets to plunder. Loads of variety there, including there's some sort of missions, sort of encounters as well. There's 3 of these cards here are encounter cards. And there are things you can do in space like refueling. There's a toll there, and you can sharpen drills in space, but it's more expensive than a mothership. But we're going to head out. So to make things really easy, we're going to go right to this card here and get the cobalt ore. Now, movement in this game, when you're a ship, you can move anywhere. The only thing you can't do is move over the top of the sun. So you can move in angles. So I can move to there. Each leap is 1 fuel credit. So to get to here would be 1, 2, 3 fuel credits. I would take down 3 on my fuel. Over here on my, this little card here is kind of like my tracker for my ship. It tracks my fuel and my shield. So then I'd move to 3, then I'd instantly have to take that down 1, 2, 3. And both of these start on full at the moment. As you can see, I've only got 11 fuel units. So I can't be then going, right, I'll move 1, 2, 3 over there, because if I'll run out of fuel and then I'll have nowhere to get back to my mothership and I'll be dead in space. I can refuel on this little card here. So this little card here is one of the encounters. This little card is a deep space refueling, but I pay 2 credits for each unit of fuel instead of 1. Most of the things in the game is 1 credit. And when you start doing that, you'll see your units, your credits will go down pretty quick. But it's great. It's quite nicely placed if for an emergency or if I want to explore further and don't want to come all the way back to my mothership. So we're going to do a move now. So we're going to look at our contracts. So this is the main part of the game. We're going to look at the contracts and see what we need. So we've got some cobalt ore there. I know that one of the contracts here, this one here, this is Zozo Glamour. Former Miss Galaxy, CEO at No Ugly. So she owns a horrible, like a makeup company. I don't want to read the narrative, but she wants some cobalt ore to make a new product. And she wants that ×4. Can you see that down there? Cobalt ore ×4. So I've got to get 4 cobalt ores to resolve her contract. Looking up here on this card, where there's some cobalt ore, it's ×1. So that's only 1, but that's a start. So then I go to my card here, and cobalt, if you see cobalt ore is CT, so it's got an abbreviated version underneath the materials. I go down to the card here, it says CT here, so when I get that, I'll move that cube up 1 space. Okay, I'm hoping I'm not shouting at you too much in the mic, because my head has to go closer and get further away. So hopefully my voice isn't disappearing too much as I move away from the microphone. Okay, there we go. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is what we do. So we're going to go and get some cobalt ore for this particular card. So first thing I'm going to do, I'll check what drills I need to get there. Now, the cobalt ore is fairly easy. It's just 1 drill, and it is just the sonic resonance drill I need for that. And each space here is a meter depth. So every time you drill a meter, it costs you 1 bluntness, or so you have to take your drill down 1. So I get 3. So I could drill, if you look at this card, I only need to drill down once to get cobalt ore. But if I want to get to astrolite, I'd have to drill 1,
2, 3, 4. Now I've only got 3, so I'll be able to drill down to 4 meters, but then I'd have to leave the planet, come back, resharpen the drill, and then come back to finish it off. So I'm going to do all that on this one card to show you how to do that. So before all that, when I get to the planet, I'll show you what I need to do with the V entry. That's is 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is move 2. 1, 2. I'll take my fuel down 2 as I have from full. 1, 2. So we're down to 9. I'm at that planet now. Now the next thing I forgot to do, was you have to load up 2 drills. So I load up the drill I need, obviously. I'm going to load up that spiky drill there. And I'm just going to take along another drill just for the sake of it just now. When you don't use the other 2 drills, you take their cubes and you move them to one side. Sorry about that. I missed that one out. It's quite important. It's really important that you when you're back at dock to do these things. So in dock, it's got a little reminder on the dock card of what you should do or what you can do in docking. And that is buy materials, resolve contracts, sharpen drills, buy fuel, repair shields, and then you can move over to depart, and then you can warp if you want, or take on the contract. So that means just look at the contracts again, exit the mothership. But the dock, it's very important to do all these things, to look through this list and make sure you're doing them all those things before you leave. So I've done that. I've taken my 2 drills up to here. So now I've got to drill. So before I can drill, at the moment, I'm just orbiting the planet. So I want to make an entry into the planet. I want to enter the atmosphere. And this is where this purple dice up here comes in. We have a little purple dice, and this is your V entry dice. And on this card, if you can see it, it's very, very easy. I have to get 2 or more to enter the atmosphere. Easy. So I'll roll that. I'll probably get a 1 now. I did. I got a 1. Okay, well, that's good. When that happens, then that means I have to go down to the card here and I have to take 1 off my shield. Because I've gone into the planet, I've been unsuccessful in my entry. I burnt up a bit, so I've had to leave. It's destroyed my shields a little bit. So I'm down to 9 on my shields. Then we're going to roll again. This time I got a 6. No worries. So I'm straight through that. So I've got through there. I'm at the drilling stage now. Okay, so now on this planet there are 6 meters. The first meter is my sharp drill here. That is going to be my sonic resonance drill. I'm going to go through 1 layer and get to my cobalt ore, which I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to mark it by going like that. So, and I have to take 1 down on that drill. As you can see, the other 2 I moved to one side because they're not loaded on. This drill here, the quantum tunneling probe, I've loaded up, but I'm not using that yet. I don't need to use that. I've got through 1. So I've picked up my cobalt ore. Fantastic. So my cobalt ore is CT. So then I'll go to CT on here, and then I'll just move that up 1. I've gained my first piece of material. Woohoo! Okay, so I've done 1/4 of the cobalt ore contract because she wants 4 cobalt ores. So I've done that. What I'm going to do then is, because astrolite's a very good one, and because I've still got 2 more units of sharpness on my drill, I'm going to drill down to 1, 2. I'm going to drill down 3, 4. So you don't drill, when you get to the material layer, you don't drill to that layer. You just pick up that, you just mine that material. And then the next layer, you will drill from there. So I'm at 4 meters now. I got down to 4 meters. I can't drill anymore because that drill is now blunt. What I have to do now is leave that planet. I can't do anything else to that. And what you do is you get these little blue tracker dice. And this is a really, really nice little tracking mechanism. So all I'll do now is I'll place that at 4 on the card, and that stays on the card. That shows me and anyone else who's playing, if it's co-op, or that I have drilled down 4 meters on that planet. So when I leave that, when I come back, I will start from the 4 meter mark. So yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, drilled down to 4 meters. So I'll start from 4 meters and off I will go. So 1, 2, 3, I've drilled down to 4 meters. Yep, perfect. So then when I come back to that planet, I know that I'll start on 5 because I know I've already drilled out 4 meters and I'm down to 5 meters. So great. So now I can leave that planet. I'm just going to look around. So at this point, what I would probably be doing is I'll be looking at my fuel, at my shields, and thinking, well, maybe I can. Look, I could probably come across and drill this card here because I have a quantum tunneling probe and I need that to drill here. So I may as well go there and drill a little bit of that while I'm out here. So I'll do that. So I'll go 1, 2. I'll take off, excuse me, 1, 2, and I'll take off 2 fuels from there. 1, 2. So I'm down to 7 now. I'm over here. Now I can only drill, if you look at this card here, once I do the dice roll, I can only actually drill through the first meter, and I can't go through the second meter because obviously I've made that drill blunt. So I've only got 1 drill loaded up, but I can do 1. I can cut into the surface of this. So I've made a little mark for next time I come down. So I'll do that. I'll just come down 1 meter on that one. So I've come down 1 meter on that one. I'll take 1 meter off that drill. So we're down to 2 on that. Sorry, not 1 meter. I'll take 1 level of bluntness down on that drill. And I will then get myself because I can't go any further, a nice little tracking dice. And I'll put that on 2, which means that I've drilled 2 meters. I've drew down to 2 meters on this car. Sorry, what am I talking about? I'll put 1. I'll get myself. So I'll put 1 on there because I know I've drilled down the first meter. So when I come back there, I will start on 2. But I made a mistake again because I forgot to. It's really difficult to play games and explain. I'll just do this now. I rolled the dice. I got a 5. So let's say I did that before I made that move. There you go. I got through the planet. Okay, now I have to come back. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3 fuels to get back to my ship. And I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3 fuels. 1, 2, 3 fuels. And I'm back at the mothership. Fantastic. Now I've only got 1, 2. I'm at 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So I didn't have much movement left to go. So it wouldn't have been wise to go outwards a bit more because then I would have been stuck. Unless I went to this card here and I could refuel in space, but it's quite expensive. So when you're out doing this, tactically looking around and drilling, you're going to really keep your eye on how much fuel you've got because it's so easy to move somewhere and then realize, oh no, I can't get back. Once you can't get back, that's it, the game is over. So you always have to have one eye back at dock and one eye of where you're moving about. So you have to really plan where you're going to go. So we've done that. So we moved out there. We went out there. We got some cobalt ore. That was great. Drilled down to 4 meters on that. And then while we were out there, we decided to move across to that card here. And we took 1 meter of depth off there. We couldn't do any more because we didn't have any drills. And we forgot to roll the 3, but we did it. We rolled it afterwards. So we did get that card. And if you're playing it, if you do that, if you long as you remember to roll it afterwards, well, yeah, I mean, you might not be successful. You might roll all the way out, but most of the times that's okay to do that. You are okay to forget a few bits. It's not that punishing. No one's going to kill you if you accidentally miss a little bit out, especially in your first few plays. I don't know if they will though in co-op though, or if they're versus. I think it'd be a lot more strict. But it's a solo game, so I'm allowed to correct my little error there. Okay, great. I'm back there now. So I moved my material up. Okay, so now I'm going to look at where I'm going to go. So I'm back. So I read what I can do on my dock. I can sell my materials. I can resolve contracts, which I can't. I haven't got anything to resolve yet. I can sharpen drills, which I need to do. I need to buy some fuel, and I can repair my shields. So I'm going to do all that just so I can. So I've got full credits at the moment. So each unit of fuel costs 1 credit. So we're going to go back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's cost me 7. So we're going to go down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to 56. And then I'm going to pay 1 credit to put my fuel back up. My shield back up, sorry. 1 credit. So that's another credit. So we're down to 55. And I'm going to repair my sonic resonance drill. And that's going to cost me 1, 2, 3. It's going to cost me 3 credits. Ooh, going down 1, 2, 3. So you get through your credits quite quickly. And
this one, I'll repair my other drill. I'll repair my quantum tunneling probe as well. So that goes up to 1, and that costs me another credit. So there we go, we spent that. All right, I'll put these two back on, the two I didn't use, back on there 3s. Everything's fully loaded up. I'm fully fueled up. I'm fully shielded up. I've lost a bit of cash, but I've got 1 cobite, which I could sell for 1 credit. If a little green cell here means it's got for 1 credit, I can sell that. I'm not going to do that. I'm keeping that for my contract. And now I'm going to look ahead and see what I need to do next. Now, I want to be getting some more cobalt, but that's all the way up here. And for that, I would need to have my plasma fusion drill for 1. And then 3, I could get that. If I put my quantum tunneling probe in as well, I can get to the cobalt ore with those 2 drills. So it's quite far away. It's going to have to make sure I've got plenty of fuel. So I've got enough. It's going to cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fuels. So that's because I'm going to the very furthest part of the universe. I'm really stretching myself, but I can do that. But I can't mess about with other planets. It's a 4. I have to roll a 4 to get through the atmosphere, so it's quite a high roll. There are contracts that you can mitigate that with. So there is one contract that allows you to add a +1 to your roll, gives you some shields to go through the atmosphere is a bit easier. Okay, so we're going to do that now. We're going to go and get some more cobalt ore. Now, I'm just concentrating on 1 contract at the moment, but obviously we've got some Australium here. I need some for that contract. Cosmium, I saw some Cosmium around there, did I? No, there's no Cosmium on there. Some Astrolite. Any of that around here? They're more the rarer ones. So we've got Astrolite down here. So we've got materials to do each of the contracts, but I'm going to concentrate on my cobalt ore for the moment. So I'm going to go and get that one. So looking ahead, we're going to plan that. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get there in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're there. 4 fuel, that's cost. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always remember to do your fuel. Okay, so we're there. Now I'm going to roll my V roll, my purple dice. I'm going to roll and see if I can beat a 4. 3. Okay, so we take 1 off the shields. Going to give it another go. 1. Okay, so another 1 off the shields. Oocha. 4. So yeah, you've got to get a 4 and over and you're through. So I penetrated through the atmosphere and I'm ready to start drilling. And again, I forgot to do my drills. Now, I'm going to say, because I forgot, I didn't prepare properly, that is my fault. So that is now a wasted trip. I'm going to have to come back and refuel. I'm going to be hard on myself. I'm not going to cheat. That was my own fault. It tells you clearly on the dock what you can do, and I didn't do it. So I'm coming back now. So I've just wasted, there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. That trip has cost me dearly, that has. Though I did roll to get through the planet, so I am through on there. So what I'll do is I'll just put a marker on there for the moment, because although I didn't drill anything, I'll put a neutral marker on there, just in the corner, like that. Just to remind me that I don't have to break through the planet. Let's have a look. So this time, I'm going to take, that's cost me dearly, that has. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can't make them sorts of mistakes in this game. Right, now I'm going to load up what I need. So I need, for that one, I need a plasma fusion drill. So I'm loading that up. That's on there. And I need, so a plasma fusion drill, and I need the quantum tunneling probe. That one. I'll take the other 2 and I'll place them to one side. Just to one side, knowing they're not loaded on my drill. Now I'm going to have to go back out there again. Good grief. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I rolled to get through, so I've already done the V entry. So I just placed my tracking die on there. Purely because I'm going to drill now. Straight away, I'm going to have 1 meter using the plasma fusion drill. So take 1 credit off that, or 1 sharpness level, and I'm through the first layer. Fantastic. Now I'm going to skip on to my quantum tunneling probe, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use all of them up. which takes me down to 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. So I've drilled all the way down to my 4 meters. The 5th meter, I just mine because it's the cobalt ore. And for that, I get cobalt ore times 3. And that's wonderful, which basically means 1, 2, 3. With that, I have actually fulfilled my first contract. I was looking at the plans. I didn't notice it was cobalt ore times 3. So this is a massive bonus. So that's it. So I've got down to there. I mark that. So I drilled down to 5 meters on that one. Now on that card, that is as low as I want to go. I mean, I'm not going to drill down to 6 meters. There's nothing down there. That's just another layer of rock. So I'm just going to show you that card. I'll move these to one side to show you what I did. Let's pick that up. So there we go. So that was that card. We drilled. We rolled past 4. We drilled the first layer, which is the plasma fusion drill. So we got through one layer. We took one level of bluntness off that. There's three of the quantum tunneling probe, and then we got to the cobalt ore. So we took the cobalt ore, and we don't want to drill anymore. There's no need. We haven't got that drill anyway, but there's no need to go down that far. That planet is completely plundered. Great. But we put the number 5 on there anyway, because that's the depth we got to, and it's just a way to mark that we know we've done that planet. We've taken all the resources from that, all the materials from that planet. I'll just put that back over here. Right, I'm not sure what this one, where's this dice doing here? Move that back. Okay, there we go. 5. So we've done that. That is a completely plundered planet. That is a successful mission for a scavenger. Though we've destroyed the environment, we have gained 3 cobalt ore for our troubles, and we're ready to leave the planet now. So we're going to go back. I'm going to go straight back to get that contract. Kyle's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go fuel 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 fuel to get up there, 4 fuel to get back. When I play, I normally track each time in case I forget. So we used 8 fuel for our troubles there, but that's great because we fulfilled our first contract, which is this one, which is 4 cobalt ore. And I'm not going to read the text, but they're happy with us. So then I can flick it over. For that, I get 10 credits. So luckily, I get to tick that back up 10 because I'm losing quite a lot. 39, go to 49. There we go. We gain 10 credits for completing that mission. We flip it over and we can read the text, and they thank us and tell us what horrible deeds they're going to do. And contract B would be stibnite times 2 and cobalt ore times 2. Now, I can carry on doing the other contracts, contract A's and contract B at the same time. It doesn't really matter. But if I do contract B, I get no checks or charges at checkpoints. Now, this is a checkpoint card here. Now, if I cannot cross this card, I have to pay the toll. It says I can reluctantly pay the toll, or I lose any 2 materials. So, I mean, rarely you will. You might have a lot of materials at some point you can use, but you normally have to pay some credits for that. But now, if I complete this contract B, this lady, you'll find out she's a bit of a gangster and she's in charge of all these tolls. So she'll stop you at the tolls. So you can just go through them freely, which is quite nice. But I'm lucky in a way that when we dealt these cards out, that toll's there. I'm never going to need to use it. I can cross past it. But if that toll was here, my first card, every single time I went through, I have to pay 2 credits. And in that situation, you'd be thinking about maybe warping to a new system. I'm going to do that, warp to a new system now anyway, just because I want to show you how that works. There's a lot of good stuff in here. I wouldn't normally warp because you only get 5 warps, but I'm going to do that just to show you how that works. But first of all, so I've got back. Fantastic. I've flipped that card over. She wanted 4 cobalt ore, and that's what we had. So we take that back down to 0. So I've got no cobalt ore anymore. I got my 10 credits for the job. I flipped the card over, and that contract is fulfilled. And I'm super chuffed with that. While I'm back here, before I move into depart and warp, I have to make sure that I do all this bits and bobs, because if I do all the drills and give myself some fuel, because if I move into depart and go out again, I'll have to just come back. It's going to cost me fuel to go out there. If I warp,
it's, I'll have to go out there. It's just a wasted journey. It means I'll have to go out to card one and go, oh, well, I haven't done it. I'll have to come back. Or worse, like I did last time, move all the way to card 4 and come all the way back, knowing that I've only got 3 fuel left. If I moved out 3 and just didn't realize I had no fuel, I'd be stuffed. So always in the dock, always do, before we do anything else, check this little list. Sell materials, didn't do. Resolve contracts, I did. Now I'm going to sharpen some drills. I'm going to sharpen my drills up. I've got some money, so 1, 2, 3. That's going to cost me 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to sharpen up my sonic resonant drill. No, I don't have to do that. I didn't use that one. I just used one of the plasma fusion drill. So 1 more credit, 45. There we go. Right, that's cost us that. Right, and while I'm here, I'm going to, I'll put my shields back up. So that 1, 2, cost me another 2 credits. 43. So that's fully, and now I'm going to fuel up, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to 35. This is a double-sided card, so don't worry too much. I've still got some more to go. But as you can see, I'm getting through fuel pretty fast. Now, you can sell some materials. So some astrolite, for instance. Astrolite is worth 5 credits. If I could get that one, even if I don't want to use it for contract, it might be worth mining that one just to give myself some credits to pay for that. You've got to think if it's worth doing that, because it's going to cost you money to drill down. So there's a little bit of thinking on, there's some cards, I planned the cards out, so there are some nice cards that will give you some good materials without too much depth drilling. So, but there is 30 cards and 30 sides, so you might not get that card, but there's a couple of nice handy cards in there. Right, so we're ready to go. What I'm going to do now, I would normally then go into depart and go and explore this some more, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a warp. Right, so for instance, if I'd plundered this planet a lot, if I was looking at my contracts and none of the stuff on here seemed like it was good to get, it was all too deep, it was too expensive, I know I have 5 chances to warp, and that's what I'm going to do. So what you do then is I move to depart, and I can warp to a new system. So I've done that. I've made sure everything is fixed, repaired, ready to go. My credits have seemed fine. I've got no materials. I'm looking, make sure everything's good. Okay, so I'm ready to warp. So you'll take your red cube from 5 to 4 and take these dice in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the warp. So you gather up the cards. So you gather up your planet cards. So I'll do that. Hope you're enjoying the game so far. I have a lot of fun playing it. I've played it co-op with my daughter, but I played it competitively with my friend, but the rules were a bit different then. I've expanded on the rules, so I've sent this out for playtesting. I'm hoping that the playtesters will playtest some of those modes for me, just to see if they're completely sound. Hopefully they'll be cool. But I know the solo works really well. I've played this a lot. So there we go. What we do is they're double-sided cards. So when we deal these up, I deal them and I flip some over. Cut. I'm not very good at shuffling, but if you're good at shuffling, then give them a good shuffle. And in the rulebook, it tells you exactly how to lay these out. Now, to stop me putting these planets where I would need them to be, I have to go a certain system. So I do the inner circle first, which is top, right, bottom, left. Then I do the mid rim, just fill in the corners. That's so. Looking nice. And then the outer rim, right out there in the far regions of space. Not so much here, but that's the outer rim from the sun card. And there we have our new solar system all ready to go. Nice. Okay, and then you take the extra cards and you will discard them. Now, in this one, I have absolutely no encounter cards out there. Now, there is a mission. One of the missions is to drill on every planet. Now, if I did this solar system, that would be drilling on all 12 planets. I would probably wait until I had a warp that had quite a few of the encounters out there, because that'd be less planets to drill. But this is a great system for resource grabbing. I should be able to grab a lot of this. Though I have noticed there's some good stuff, but some of them are quite deep. Up here, we have this is one of the worst, the most hardcore planets. This is a 6. You have to roll a 6 or over. And you can't roll over 6. You have to roll a 6 just to get through the atmosphere. It's a really dark, burning, gassy planet. But it's got nebulum times 2 and astrolite times 4. Really good materials, deep. But I have to roll a 6 to get through that. And that's not really a card you should tackle. Well, you can do. You can have a go at it, but you can tackle that when you get your +1 roll from one of the contracts. These sorts of cards are a lot more helpful. But, you've got quite a few rolls. You've got 11 shields, so 11 rolls to get through. If you roll all your shields out, you get to 0. You don't blow up. You just don't have any shields. It just means that if you attempt to roll when you've got 0 shields and you're not successful, then you'll blow into a million bits. But you're quite crazy if you get yourself into that situation. But sometimes near the end of the game, when you haven't got many credits left and you can't travel and you just need that, you might just need that last couple of bits of material. You'll take the risk. It might be worth taking a risk. But rolling a 6 and above when you've only got D6 is very risky. But that's the sort of planet it is. Okay, so you've probably seen all you need to see now, but I'm going to continue on. I'm just going to play a few little bits from this level. So we've got a new warp. I'm looking at what I've got now, and we've got some cosmium right there. And this is a great one because you don't even have to drill in this one. There's some cosmium just lying on the surface of this planet. It's rare. There's a few cards like that. So I'm just going to go and get that one. And it's also, I only have to roll a 2 to get through the atmosphere. So that's nice. There's some stibnite right at the very bottom of the card, as you can see. So this is one of your really easy cards, this is. I've only got to roll a 2 or above to get through the atmosphere. And the cosmium's just on the surface. And then it's all the same drill, although I can't get to the stibnite in one go, because I can only drill 3 times for the drill. I can set myself up quite nicely to get the stibnite in this card. So this is a nice card to have. There's a couple, I was generous. There's a couple of easy cards in there as well. They're not all bastards. So I'm just going to go straight away and get some cosmic, because I know this guy here, this horrific, horrible Professor Maggot, CEO of Questionable Genetics. This is the horrible dude. Wants to genetically make some nasty lizard things. And you're going to help him by supplying him with some materials for his machinery. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm looking at stibnite. Got some stibnite here, so that's for side B of this contract. That'd be quite good. Although on this particular solar system, there are no tolls at all, so I wouldn't be using that contract at all. So I'm going to put that to one side. I'm not going to worry too much about that one on this one, because with this lovely solar system, I can do quite a lot with all the other cards. So I'm just going to go and get my cosmium first. It's just there. So I'm checking as I do before I go to depart. I've got everything to go there. I don't have to load up any drills to get to the cosmium, but to get through that, once I'm past that, I'm on the Quasar Core Extractor. So that's this one here. So I'm just going to take 1 drill out with me today. I know I'm coming straight back. I'm just going to, I'll take 2 drills actually. I'll take the Sonic Resonator drill as well. So I'll load that up, and I'll take the Quasar Core Extractor with me as well. So load them 2 up, move the other 2 to one side. They're not loaded on there. Looking, plenty of fuel. It's only just up the road, just out there a little bit. So I'm going to go there. 1, 2, take that down from my fuel. 1, 2. And then I'm there. So that's a 2. I roll a 2 to get through that. I'll be unlucky not to do that. 4, so I'm straight through there. And my first, so I pick my cosmium up straight away. I've landed on the surface. I picked the cosmium up. Cosmium, which is quite nice. It's worth 2 credits for that. So I've got 1 of those. And now, since I'm there, I'm going to show you the card. As you say, I've got the 2 Quasar core extractor drill there. I'm going to drill 3 underneath that Cosmium as well. So I'm going to take 3 of those away. 1, 2, 3. So I'm down to level 4. I drilled to level 4. So I'll put my little tracker dice on that. Level 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 4. There it is. Just going to place my 4 on there. So I've got down there. Right. So, and then I'm going to make sure that I take right down to 0 on my that drill. And what I'm going to do, so I took my fuel off when I went there, didn't I? 1, 2. I'm going to move back 1. So take 1 off my fuel. And now I'm going to drill the first 2. Oh no, sorry, I've got to roll a 5 first. Oh, okay, it's a big roll. Let's see if I can get that. 6. Great, I've got a 6 there, so I'm straight through. And I'm going to drill the first 2 layers of that. So we got 2 layers. I'm going to drill with my sonic resonance drill. 1, 2. We're down to 1 on that, but it means that I am down to my tracking dice. So we took 1, 2, down to 2 meters. Let's go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So we drilled to the 2 meters are there. So next time we come back, we'll start on 3 meters. And I need a different drill for that. So now I'm ready to leave that planet. So I'm going to then go, so 1, 1. Take 1 fuel off that. Did I take my shield? Did I get through? Yeah, I got through straight away. So I've done all that. So I'm back. I'm back again. And I've got myself from that journey, I've got myself 1 Cosmium. Now, I could sell that if I was a bit desperate for credits. So let's just sell that for the fun of it. So that goes down to 0 and I get 2 credits for a sale. 35, 36, 37. So we've got 2 credits for that. I wouldn't do that because it's a valuable material for one of my contracts, but I've done that now. Okay, so I think that's everything covered in the solo mode of this game. In the co-op mode, we'll get a couple of extra cards and a friend can play along and 2 ships will go out. You get less credits, you get half the amount of credits each, but each ship has its own fuel card and has its own drill card, so you can work together. You can only carry 1 drill out each, but it's all good. Sorry, you can carry 3 drills between 2 ships. So one of your characters can carry 2 drills, the other one can carry 1. But you can help each other out and move around the solar system together. I think it's a little bit easier. So maybe when you're playing, maybe when you resolve the contracts, you could, at the moment, you'll get 10 credits. But if you want to give yourselves 5 credits each instead of 10, there's little things that you can do like that to make it a little bit more competitive. And then you have the battle version or the versus, which basically takes these contract cards away from the game completely. You get another one of this sets of cards, these navigation cards, and they'll go to the other side of the planet. And then you'll get a little card, which I haven't got on me at the moment, which has got like a racetrack of it's a bit of a material race. So you have to gather 6 types of materials with different amounts of totals, and you'll race each other around the solar systems to try and work your way down the track by gathering the materials on the track. So it can be quite a quick game. You can use warps in that as well. So if you think your person has got a good system that's working well for them and they're getting through it quite well, you can just go back to your mothership and claim a warp, and you'll have to wait for them to finish their turn. As soon as they go back to their mothership, then you can warp and you can deal the cards out. So it's quite a competitive game. As I said, I'm hoping that I've only did it a little bit, and I changed the rules a little bit, so I'm hoping that their playtesters will have a go at that mode and tell me if that works. But yeah, it's pretty much there. I said I'm sending out this little rule book to them. I didn't have a rule book properly printed up yet. I've done this one because rules change, and after the playtesting, I imagine they'll change a little bit again. So everyone's going to get one of these. It's a nice little rule book. It's got all the games and all the modes in it. And when it becomes when it's done properly, the rule book will only be half of this. It'll be a small rule book like that, and it will fit inside the box. Okay, well, thank you very much. That's probably all you need to know about Diabolical Drilling. I hope you like it. I hope he explained it well. I hope I didn't make too many mistakes. Sometimes, and I don't know if I did it, is sometimes I tend to, when I come back, instead of taking my fuel down, I accidentally take my credits down. When I'm talking and not concentrating completely, I do that sometimes. So hopefully I haven't done that in the video. If I have, then I do apologize. I'm hoping you'll see that it's an obvious mistake and not part of the game. And if there's any other little mistakes I've made, then sorry about that. It's difficult to do the videos and stuff, but it's a pretty straightforward game, and it's a really tactical and really enjoyable game. So I'm going to switch the camera off now because I think you've seen enough, and I'm going to continue on with this game because it's doing quite well, and I quite like this solar system. I've never dealt a solar system with so much good stuff in it, so I'm going to try and conquer the game now. I've conquered the game a few times, but it'd be nice to really batter it. Thank you very much. Take care. Good night.